All right, my name is Chris Handles Franklin. I'm going to start off by quickly introducing myself. I'm a man that wears many hats. I'm an athlete, an actor, an author, an activist, an advocate, a father, an entertainer, an entrepreneur, an educator, a world record holder, and a member of the world famous Harlem Globetrotters. See, ironically, I always knew I wanted to be a Harlem Globetrotter. See, I knew since I was 6 years old, I saw the Harlem Globetrotters on the cartoon Scooby-Doo. And I knew I either wanted to solve mysteries or play for the Globetrotters. So, how did I make the crystallization of my vision clear? How did I make the actualization of my dream come true? How did I go from that little kid on the south side of Harrisburg in the projects to actually achieving my goal and making my dream come to fruition? See, I believe that there are a couple things that are applicable to every single person, and you being in the fields that you are and doing what you're doing, I think you're applying a lot of this already. But number one, I think it's important for everyone to be the best you that you can be. Prepare for greatness. And when the opportunity arises, seize the moment. Second, I believe that no one is immune to life's trials and tribulations. Life has a unique way of knocking us down, but it's about getting back up, dusting yourself off, and continuing to walk. Lastly, never underestimate the power of helping others. That is so powerful. To be able to help others, not only are you helping the people that you're helping, but helping yourself. You're helping to heal the issues within you as well as heal the community. So a little bit of background. I knew I wanted to be a Harlem Globetrotter at a young age. I didn't know how to get there, but I would dribble the basketball everywhere. See, I would have a basketball with me. No matter where I went, I would dribble the basketball everywhere I went. I would dribble to the store. I would dribble to a friend's house. I would dribble everywhere I went. What I didn't know is that I was preparing myself for greatness. As much as I dribbled the basketball, I got better and better. I was preparing myself for greatness, waiting for an opportunity to seize the moment. So not only was I perfecting my ball handling skills, I learned everything I could about the Harlem Globetrotters. See, I studied it like it was a college course. I studied the showmanship of Goose Tatum and Meadowlark Lemon. I studied the ball handling of Marcus Haynes and a person who would become my mentor and friend, Curly Neal. I was ready. And I never forget when I finally had an opportunity to seize the moment. See, I had a good high school career and college career, and then I went to graduate school. And after graduate school, I sent the Harlem Globetrotters a tape. And they were interested. They invited me to camp. See, I said that line one time when I was speaking to kids. I said I sent the Globetrotters a tape, and a kid raised their hand and said, why did you send the Globetrotters Scotch tape? I didn't realize the age difference. And I said, no, it was a VCR tape. And they quickly said, what's a VCR? I said, a video, and we got to it eventually. But I sent the Globetrotters the tape, and they invited me to camp. And I was excited. I turned down all my jobs. I turned down everything, and I couldn't wait till I got to this job. I couldn't wait to try out. I told everybody, and the day before I was supposed to leave, I got a call from the Globetrotters, and they said they didn't need me. I had turned down all of my jobs. I was stuck. But see, sometimes a door has to close for you to unleash the opportunities destined for you. See, no one's immune to life's trials and tribulations, but sometimes a door has to close for you to unleash the opportunities destined for you. See, I would get a chance to seize the moment. I had made a name for myself as a good ball handler, a good dribbler, and a friend of mine had won the best dribbler contest in New York City. And he was to compete nationally at All-Star Weekend in Washington, D.C. The day before, he got hurt. And I asked if I could replace him, and he allowed me to. I was a replacement in the world's best dribbler contest. And I went to Washington, D.C., and it was the winner from each respective city. So the winner from Chicago, the winner from Atlanta, the winner from Dallas, the winner from L.A. And I get there to this event. And Nike had turned this event into this big spectacle. It was judged by some of my favorite athletes: Vince Carter, Gary Payton, Rasheed Wallace, Jason Kidd. The crowd was packed, and I'm a replacement. And I'll never forget, the head of Nike, I sat there to the side and I watched all these people do all of these tricks that I've never seen before, in all of the ambiance of everything. And the head of Nike came up to me and said, "Aren't you going to prepare?" And I said, "Nah, I'm okay." See, what he didn't understand is that I had been preparing for this moment my entire life, waiting for the opportunity to seize the moment. And when it was my turn, see, I kind of took the ball and I dribbled and I slid on my knees and I heard the crowd go crazy. And I started sliding backwards on my knees, and I saw Gary Payton jump out of his seat. And I kind of got down on the ground, and I kind of handled the ball like this. I kind of went up and under the ball, around in a circle. Kind of did this, look. Got up, boom. So when I got there, I kind of handled the ball here. I took it there, I rolled it there, I rolled it around, took it around my back. I dropped it, and then I shook a little bit. Kick that thing up, boom, work it here, put it around, fake it to the judges, do it to myself, and I caught it on the back of my neck. I got a perfect score of all 10s, and my life changed immediately. I won the entire competition. I was crowned the world's best dribbler. After that, they said they wanted to do commercials. I did my very first commercial. It was a Nike commercial entitled Freestyle. That commercial went on to win 13 awards, including an ESPY, was voted Nike's #1 commercial of all time. It's currently in the African American History Museum forever. I also went on to film 5 commercials, including LeBron James' very first commercial, which is called King James. I came into a church with Bernie Mac preaching. LeBron James is throwing the ball all around the church. He throws it up to me in the balcony. I catch it and start doing tricks. See, I had prepared to be the best me that I could be. And when the opportunity arose, I seized the moment. And eventually, because of that, the Harlem Globetrotters came looking for me. I'm currently in my 14th year with the world famous Harlem Globetrotters. See, that was one thing that changed my life, seizing the moment. And another thing that changed my life, see, the Harlem Globetrotters, I get a chance to travel the world. I've traveled to every single state in the US. I've traveled to 84 countries around the globe. I've had an opportunity to ride a camel outside the pyramids of Giza in Egypt. I've been to the top of the Eiffel Tower in France. I've walked the Great Wall of China in Beijing. I've rode dune buggies in the deserts of Dubai. I've even played basketball at the White House with former President Barack Obama. I've had some really, really cool things I've done, but what I like most with the Globetrotters is helping others. Helping others. I had the opportunity, we have the opportunity every year to visit sick kids in hospitals all around the globe. And you go there trying to hope that they have a good day. And you try to put a smile on their face and uplift them. And 9 times out of 10, you leave uplifted. They end up uplifting you. And the amazing thing about this is you see these kids, 7-year-old boys and girls with cancer, with the best attitudes that you've ever seen. And it gives you a realization of, why am I complaining about the small problems that I have? So I learned a lot from those hospitals in helping. Not only them helping me, not only me helping them, but them helping me. And the second thing, we get a chance to entertain the troops every single year over the holidays. And one incident while entertaining the troops changed my life forever. We had flew into Nagasaki, and we drove from Nagasaki to Sasebo, Japan to entertain the troops. And my teammate, Chris Flash Richardson, played at UNLV in college. He was an amazing dunker, but my best friend on the team, and he was my spades partner. We would play cards every single night. He had off 2 nights because he had a small injury to his back, but he was slated to come back the very next day in Sasebo, Japan. So we get to Sasebo, Japan, we have the day off. We go to eat, and then we go to my room. We're playing cards all night. We play cards to about 11 p.m. See, once we're done playing cards, he wasn't feeling good, took a Tylenol, he went to sleep. The next day at lunch, he is the only player that's not at lunch. So I go back to check on him with a couple of players and my coach. We knock on the door. Chris doesn't answer. We have the maid open the door. We open the door and I see Chris in there sleeping. We go in, we shake Chris, he's not getting up. He looks like he's sleeping peacefully. He's laid down like this, and we go to move him, and he stayed in the same fetal position. Chris was dead at the age of 28. My best friend. I had the unfortunate responsibility of having to call his parents, his family. I had found best friend dead at the age of 28. We didn't know how he passed away. We later learned that he had a ruptured aorta. See, those back problems and issues that he had were actually symptoms to a bigger problem. But we didn't know at the time what had happened. See, we had to deal with that. See, no one is immune to life's trials and tribulations. I was knocked down. And we had to take that casket. They put him in a military casket. And as a team, we loaded Chris's body onto the plane as we headed to Okinawa so he could get an autopsy and we can continue. And we sat on that plane and we saw Chris's body in front of us, that casket, as we flew for 2 hours over to Okinawa. We landed and Chris had a soldier's welcome. I was knocked down. I couldn't shake it. I couldn't get past this situation. How did this kid at 28 years old lose his life? Why was I the last one to find him? And even more importantly, why did I have to be the one to tell his parents? So I was confused and I couldn't get past this. But I came home that Christmas confused. And one thing that happened that changed me. I went and helped a family that was less fortunate that year. And where the hurt was still there, when I started to help, I started to heal. The more I helped, the more I healed. See, his daughter, who was 10 years old at the time, became our surrogate daughter. We were at her high school graduation and college graduation now. She's like our daughter. His mother became our mother. We talk every day, still call her mom. His little brother, who was 15 years old at the time, I became not only a player, which I'm still a player with the Globetrotters, but I'm also a scout. I was able to give his little brother a tryout with the Globetrotters, and his little brother is a Globetrotter alongside us. And he's been a Globetrotter for the last 5 years. The more people I helped, the more I healed. As I started a foundation, I was able to build playgrounds and renovate parks. This Saturday is our 4th annual Saturday where we feed needy families and give them turkeys and pies during Thanksgiving. We help feed the homeless. Every year we go to the women's shelter and we buy gifts for all of the families there. The more that I help, the more that I heal. And I say that because of this. No one is immune to life's trials and tribulations, and the United States is no exception. The United States has fallen. to pick it up. Everyone on this call, you are helping so many people. You are helping to heal the United States of America, each and every one of you. So I implore you to be the best you that you can be. Help your organization be the best that it can be. Be the best that you can be. Understand that every morning that you wake up, that you are alive. Live in the moment. Understand that you are helping to heal the world.